Hello there, YouTubers. This is a little bit later on in the day. I'm gonna try to get some wood split here and finish that up and finish this up. I'd like to fill these two up and move them away. If you look up there, you can see what I've done with all those, I forget what that thing was called, those noodles. This is the wood. You'd think that guy could come over and help me, wouldn't you think? They don't really care a whole lot about people around here anymore. Anyhow, I was going to go over and show you the garden. Oh, there's one on the floor. That one there is there. See how it's coming. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but we have, there's a bunch of little tomatoes on that one. Those are cherry tomatoes on that one. But the other one back there's a couple tomatoes that are regular full-size tomatoes. These are the squash and zucchini. Up there are the cucumbers for my wife, and these are the potatoes. These are the potatoes, and they're coming along. You'd have to look back. I think they've only been in the ground for maybe 3 weeks. Maybe I know they haven't been in the ground for 4 weeks. Well, maybe. I don't know. I have to go back and see if I can find out when we put them in the ground, but it wasn't too long ago. I don't know how they're produced down here. I've never had them down here, but this ground is so wet, and they really need soil that drains, and it's just not draining all that well. I was going to take one of these pieces of wood out and just kind of see what it was moisture-wise. You can see it's really checking out good in these containers. It gets pretty hot in there. You can see where I had to put that up to keep the water bellies. I think there's a water belly in here. Nope. Anyhow, that's how that's going. I got that pile of wood that you saw me split up with the other splitter. The wood that we just sawed earlier today, but this might go on tomorrow. I got to get a few ahead. I still got a few ahead. But I got this over here. I want to take some pictures of it and put it on Craigslist and a couple other places. See the nine boards right here. These 3 rows here across, those are what we sawed today back there. So I want to get rid of that. But this is why I don't saw wood. I'm all bound up back here with wood. You can see all the wood back there I'm bound up with. I got wood stickered down there that I'm bound up with. I got wood here that I'm stickered and bound up with. It's just, you know, why saw any more wood if you can't get rid of it? Now these, you remember me doing these. The reason I got that is because I want to empty these. Oh man, I can't open that with that hand. Just barely open it with that hand. I gotta take all the chains and stuff out of there because I gotta take this truck in and have it looked at to see why it won't start. You can start it. You can jump the starter directly and it'll start right up, but you can't start it with the key switch. I hope it's just got a bad key switch in it or something like that. So I got to empty those 2 out tomorrow and go up to the place and see if they're interested in working on it. If they're not interested in working on it, see, there's just tons of junk now. I trust the place that I'm taking it to that they wouldn't take anything out of there, but you just don't know what the other people that go by and, you know, might jump the fence and say, oh, that thing's probably got to have a lot of rigging in it if it's got that boom truck in there. Let's see what's in those boxes, and they break into them, which I never lock them because I guess if somebody wanted into them, they're going to break into them. I'd rather have them just open them up, but you know, it's kind of a tough situation. You just open one, you leave them open. You guys know the routine. Matter of convenience, I guess, for the crook. So we're just gonna put you here. I'm gonna split some wood, like I said, try to fill this, try to do that, and not in any hurry. It's I don't know what time it is. I don't have my let me turn on my boom box. It's in the evening now. It's quarter to eight. Quarter to eight. So I'm just going to split for a few minutes and take my time. It was too hot to split earlier today. Now that it's getting too hot, I'm not going to, you know, come down. I just finished dinner, so I'll do it a little bit. do a little bit after dinner and just kind of goof out. I'm working on, like, you know, I'm always working on about 2 or 3 different things. So I'm working on something on the back sawmill that we were just at. I don't know if it's going to pan out or not, but I'm going to try. Got my safety goggles that are all dirty because they've been sitting down here. Man, we've had probably 4 inches of rain in the last week. I loaded these up before the rain, and they're not all that good. This rack here is going to be for cherry. I don't have any cherry on this load, or I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of horsing around. I guess I got to start the motor though, don't I? Be a good thing. blow it out too far? I don't know how long I was. I got to stack this stuff. We'll run it out. I'll probably put that sawmilling one on this. I don't know what I'm doing with the movies. Got caught on one though that didn't want to go through. That's I'll tell you what, I was watching Andrew Easton. Man, I'll tell you what, he's got a new splitter out that I like. Except for I don't want the multi-split wedge. It's got like an 8-thing wedge on it. Cycle time is 2.5, 3 seconds or something like that, which I'm kind of all right with that. Not really, that's too fast. That's why I'm making that other wood splitter. But what I don't like is a lot of times their times are no load times. They're not what do you call it? Because you watch them go into that second stage and they slow way down. And when you this thing never has this doesn't have a 2-stage. This has got a single stage, so you're not getting that slowdown that you get with those other ones. So their times are not always there are no load times. So as soon as it gets into a big bite, they're slowing down, guys. So keep that in mind. That's pretty good. I can put one in here. That's why I start splitting these smaller, so you can kind of fill in the gaps, so to speak, kind of make it level. Then I'll get one of those caps and put over, except for I don't have one of those because I just chewed them up making those baskets over there. But that splitter that he's got, I think it's a 3-second cycle time. But you think about this. When I made this splitter back in '72, it had a 5-second cycle time, and it doesn't slow down when it gets into a chunk of wood. So I would like that splitter, but you know, I didn't I don't know. It's a nice splitter. I don't like the multi-split wedge. It just doesn't work for me here, because if you watch people with the multi-split wedges, when they get a piece of wood like this, they got to take it out from around the wedge, then pick it up and put it over, and it's in their way, and they can't. Boy, did you see that? I want to know if that is a spinning log. So I don't care for that. Another thing that's kind of interesting, you know, they they talk about all the wear strips on this thing. This thing has no wear strips. I ought to bring a micrometer down and measure this bottom rail and measure this top rail. If you look underneath here, there is really maybe a few thousandths of an inch for all these years. 72, 82, 92, 2002, 2012, 2022. This thing's got some age to it, and it's kind of, you know, we didn't know what we were doing back then when we were making this. This thing had a kick out here, and then I switched it around and had a kick out this way, and it was just all used parts. So I did buy the pump new after I went through 2 or 3 other different pumps. Got no idea what that pump is and what it's rated at. I thought it was 8 gallons a minute at 1,000 RPM, but I could be wrong on that. This thing moves out pretty quick. I guess I could figure it out if I took the RPMs. If I took the RPMs and figured out what it's used, a mathematician could figure that out, but this boy ain't doing it. But it's funny how there's no wear things. And did you see that one I got stuck in there? I'll tell you, the main thing about splitting wood is being able to read the log that you're putting in the wood splitter. And that's one thing about figuring out the round. I got a little bit more to put up there. Figuring out the round that you're putting in the wood splitter. So that's one thing that those wood processors don't do. They just keep slinging it through. And you know what I don't like about the multi-split wedges? You ever notice how things come out and they fan up out this way and fan up out that way? Why don't they put a ring around them with some kind of strong rubber kind of holding it down so it can't fan out that so high and just kind of stay low? Because some of them kick back all the way, you know, kick all the way back on you. So I'm not a fan on the multi-split wedge. This thing's been here for years and years and years. And now there's a little bit of wear on that bolt right there. Look at that bolt. That thing's got some wear on it. Other than that, this thing's hung in there for years. Since around 72 is when I started putting it together. It probably wasn't splitting wood till 73 or 74 maybe. I mean, it was splitting wood in 72. Well, it wouldn't split a pencil. My first wood splitter wouldn't split a pencil. But there was the only magazine you had was I think Popular Science and Popular Mechanics. So you didn't have a whole lot of reference. There's certainly, the internet wasn't even a thought particularly then, I don't think. And anyhow, that's it. We got this one loaded up. Got to get a cap on it. I'll finish loading that other one on, get a cap on that. Trying to slowly get this mess cleaned up. It's doing pretty good. And then I'm going to start getting into that. And I'm just going to split a little bit every night, weather permitting. It's finally dried out again. And go at it from there. So thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow or the next day. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And there's a lot of people missing a thumbs up. I see the viewers. I don't know. That gets me confused. So never mind. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.